This current state of society is a time to get serious, not to party, not to uplift. When you're about to do surgery on a man's heart or a woman's heart or a child's heart, you don't go out and party the night before. Understand that, and you'll understand what Kamala Harris is up to. She has no capability to understand reality versus delusion versus popularity because she's a woman. She has no education around healthcare. You do not deny a person at the emergency room. There's a commercial going around saying that a doctor's denying a woman healthcare because she's afraid to go to jail. But Kamala Harris, you're the one who's in charge. You're the vice president. So you're the one who is putting fear in audiences for trying to depopulate this country from America to Venezuelans. You're the one who is allegedly putting doctors behind bars. You're the one, not Donald Trump. There's no reason why a physician, if a woman's life is at risk, that's called you take the baby. That's called a C-section. So if you're in that much trouble with your physical body, that a child and whatever's happening, preeclampsia is not a big deal. However, women are acting as if it's a big deal because you're mentally ill and you really didn't want to be pregnant, or you shouldn't have been pregnant, or things aren't going your way, not to mention you're hormonal. So what Kamala Harris has done to pregnant women is cause you to be less likely to get pregnant. She's caused you to be less likely to get pregnant, less likely to have a peaceful pregnancy. It's less likely that you're going to be a successful mother. The list goes on, and all you can do is care about yourself and how you're going to be an influencer while using the child as your money ticket. It's not attractive to watch two very strange men raise children on camera. It shows us how you're incapable of raising children. Even Doogie Howser is watching this shit going, I cannot believe this. That's for Dylan and Kyle, and for Harlow and Monroe. Those are the twins, two sets of twins. It's incredible to me to sit here and watch you and your mind be that selfish and egotistical to destroy kids' lives by telling the children that they're living the dream. That's not a child's dream. A child's dream is to play in the dirt, play in the yard, play with dolls, play with trucks, to live free, to make their choice. If they're a boy and they want to play with dolls, they always are drawn to trucks, not because a parent told them to. So what they're doing, it's genetics. It's in their genes. It's the testosterone. It's the way of life. And so what these two men are doing to these young children is recreating the systemic existence of how we live, while Kamala Harris tells us we're going to live in confusion and chaos so that she can fuel her ego. How about that, black folk? See, black folk have always had an experience of narcissism, victimization that people like Kamala have fueled, while Usher, who has made it in the business, they're wealthy, they're rich, they're successful. And I remind you that Usher is American, and so is Lizzo. So you're going to tell me that we live in inequality because of how is that? How is that? Usher worked for what he earned. Lizzo is a sicko, as an example of the difference in the way black versus black get into the business. See, Lizzo doesn't have any real talent. She uses gimmicks and insecurities and victimization to tell you black is beautiful, but that black ain't beautiful. That's nasty. And so you want to relate to that. But that's called ghetto low class, who didn't get an education and who plays the flute. You know, like the Pied Piper. So it's very alarming to watch a Byron Donalds and the eloquence, the sophistication, and how you're unwilling to be that that all people need, because all you think about is your own skin color, which makes you the racist. You get free food stamps. You even share your food stamps. So you get free food, you get Section 8, you get first priority over Section 8. So you get free housing, free food, you don't take care of the properties, you don't take care of your own home. Literally have shown you what Section 8 leaves behind every time they leave their property behind, and it's no different every single time. They have no respect for anyone, and then they tell us that we're racist. No, it's not that we're racist, it's that we don't like you. It's that you're unsophisticated, that it's incapable of having a conversation with you because you're so conniving and disgusting. You're disgraceful with your gold ass teeth that you go to grill masters to get placed because they're cheap, because you're all cheap, but you want a gold tooth because you think it looks cool. You know, like the grill. You're not going to have a grill and you're not going to campaign with a grill in your mouth. That's not a culture. That's a sickness. That's not even African. I'm not really sure. That's called you're a greedy ass corrupt. That's how you know you're corrupt. Because the rotted out tooth underneath that gold tells you that you're mentally ill. So your warped sense of reality, your warped sense of brain, the fact that you all are willing to fight your community, understand the mentality that it takes for gang violence and how people like Kamala Harris cannot control citizens to where she's actually creating gang violence. Those of you like Kanye West who've been around gang violence will understand what I'm speaking to. Understand that, and you'll understand that you, Newsom, haven't done shit for California. However, because you are the brand and image of Hollywood, everyone seems to vote for you for some reason. However, aren't you, California, tired of voting for Hollywood? Aren't you tired of being controlled by the Democrats, by the liberals, so that they live free and you get controlled? Everything in California is for techie. It's for Hollywood. That's why you vote Newsom. That's why they promote Newsom. That's why they show up to parties these days. It's so that they can live free. They already have the money. They already have the movies. They already have the influence. They have everything in life, including the looks, the way to stay young, the ability to get all the up and coming newest shit. And then the ability, if they want to fart and sell their fart, they'll sell their fart. However, you as Americans have to work your ass off, and you're still willing to support Kamala Harris, who is literally lying to your face so that people like Mila Kunis can make money off of you because her democracy is at risk. You know what the democracy at risk is? Exposing the truth about what all these people have been up to for years. Exposing these Hollywood fucks for what they've been up to for years. The corruption of Hollywood, the machine exposure, the political propaganda, the deals and wheels of what these motherfuckers have done to the American people. That's what's at stake in this election. Donald Trump is willing to expose it. He's willing to tell all of you about all of it so that we can start in this country for MAGA, not promoting and assisting Venezuelans or criminals for that matter. The mentality for you to tell us that it makes sense to change a man to a woman in a prison tells you everything about the mindset of a woman named Kamala Harris. And the fact that you would agree to that shit of our tax dollars going to pay for a gender changing surgery in prison, even a person who has had that, which most of you just wear the clothing, which means you're just a cross-dresser. That's all you are. You want to wear the hair and the makeup and live in the filter of the erotica of a woman because you've been abused by women so badly. You are mentally ill. You're mentally ill. You're mentally ill. You're mentally ill. You're mentally ill. So if you can sit over there and look at yourself in the mirror, know that you're turning yourself from a man into a woman. And that's what Kamala Harris and The View and all her little crony friends, that's what they're actually up to. They don't give two shits about any of you. They care about themselves. They care about themselves. They only care about